My name is Marc Kleinmaier, and I'm with Microsoft. I lead the developer experience group that came over from Nokia, who's focused on delivering applications into this ecosystem that we have. Well, I think there's enough room for many different business models to coexist in the apps economy. I think that what we've seen has been really successful for Microsoft that's unique to our platform is the try and buy functionality. So there's a lot of applications that you can download from our store for free without having to buy it, and then use that either for a limited time or with limited features indefinitely. And then if you decide that you like it, you can actually buy it later rather than having to have buyer's remorse about a purchase for a premium app that you got in a competitive store. So that's one of the things that works really well for us. But again, I think there's freemium, there's advertising-based models, and all of them work differently in different situations. So I think one of the best examples for the freemium model, for instance, is in games where there's microtransactions. If you have games where there's a lot of in-game content, badges, etc., that you can get for a very small amount of money, then it hooks people in and it makes you keep coming back to open and play that app. But that doesn't necessarily work well for a productivity app, which you probably want to buy up front. One of the differentiators for the Microsoft platform is that we have this universal binary, so you can build once and then deploy across Windows phones, across Windows tablets, desktops, and very soon enough Xbox as well. And so it presents an amazing opportunity for developers to monetize their application with the least amount of investment in that application. When Microsoft goes into different countries, obviously there's different considerations for each region that we move into. I think we're seeing a lot of success in the low to mid-range devices because Microsoft makes very reliable and durable devices that are at affordable price points but still at sort of flagship type specs. And so most of the phones that you would consider today as our low to mid-range already have quad-core processors in them for the most part. And so we're able to offer devices at low price points without sacrificing the performance and able to compete against the incumbents like the low-end Chinese Android device handset vendors in those regions with a more consistent experience that's not fragmented like Android can be in those regions. I think that in the short term, meaning the next couple of years, apps are definitely around and will be the primary vehicle for consumption and monetization of services. And I think that we're actually going to see a shift towards even more native type applications rather than web applications in the short term, because there's just no way that web apps today can deliver on the promise that I think we all hope they would with the native experiences and the low level access to these APIs and the native systems. You just can't deliver that kind of experience unless you go with a native app unique to that platform. And so I think we're going to see more and more of that in the short term. In the long term, I think it's sort of anybody's bet. I wouldn't say mobile web is necessarily the way it's going to go either. I think we'll see an increasingly interconnected web of things, the Internet of Things, and I think mobile will certainly play a very critical role as a piece of that web, but I don't think it'll by any means be the main part of that web. And I think we're going to see a proliferation of more and more devices that are connected all the time that you'll be able to interact with on a daily basis to enhance our lives, whether it's something on your wrist or in your pocket or on your face, all over the place. I think mobile is everything now. Mobile is eating the world, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's a phone. So yeah, we're really excited about the wearable space, as evidenced by the recent announcement and launch of our Microsoft Band. So this is by no means the end. This is the very beginning of what you're seeing Microsoft do in the wearable space, and I think there's room there for many different manufacturers to enter and build on top of a platform that is available to many different devices. So for instance, the Band itself is a cross-platform device. There's a Microsoft Health app for iOS and for Android, as well as for Windows Phone. And on Windows Phone, you get the neat added benefit of having Cortana integration, so you can actually talk to Cortana right on your wrist without having to take anything out of your pocket, which is great. But I think the key takeaway is that Microsoft is interested in the Internet of Things across every device where everyone is using it as a touch point into their digital lives. Microsoft is really sort of shifting from a box software company into one that's a productivity and platform company that's mobile first and cloud first and enables people to do and achieve more with whatever device they have in their pocket.